Greetings, YouTubers. It's me, Wayman29, and just come on to finish up part 3 in my series of Brigham Young, Holy Spirit, and the Truth. This is going to be part 3, and it's not going to be long. Bear with me. Just come on to make a couple of great book recommendations, because there's two people on here that got what I was doing. Prevalent, Prelevent, one of my longtime viewers, bless their hearts, they caught on, and Ohey Dusopesk, Owheydusoapsk, and they have a little discussion in the part 2 video about what's going on, and they figured it out. So, nice job. What I was just trying to do, saying what's good for one, should be good for all, in this whole quagmire that we get ourselves into in the subject of religion. And to say that one person is wrong when committing seemingly the same acts as the other person, it don't make much sense. And I was just trying to level the playing field. So, in answer to the Matthew question and the Holy Spirit and Brigham Young and the whole mess, is that they thought that the true church was corrupted, so that's why Joseph Smith broke off. So of course they're not going to take the same theology. And that's why Joseph Smith went and made the JST text, the Joseph Smith translation text, to correct theological issues. And that's why he wrote the Book of Mormon and the D&C, the copy and capture this theology that was forming at the time, because he seen himself as correcting the issues. When did that happen? In the evangelical movement, Christian evangelical movement. It happened when the Protestants broke from the Catholic Church. They went and realigned, and they said to themselves, okay, what are we going to throw out? What theology are we going to keep? What theology are we going to revise? And what theology are we going to follow? And they did tamper with the Bible, because we no longer have the Apocrypha. Excellent texts like 1st and 2nd Maccabees and the Book of Judith do not exist anymore in the Protestant Bible, and it is a big loss for sure. So, you can't expect comments coming from Joseph Smith being in line with the evangelical movement, because they have a different theology and a different way of thinking, and even different definitions for the same definitions that evangelicals use. And a good book, written by a Mormon, Understanding These Other Christians, it's the Mormons looking at the evangelical community, an LDS Introduction to Evangelical Christianity by Richard G Brandt. And he lays down this theological thinking in his book. I'm just going to go through some of the chapters. These other, quote unquote, true Christians, getting acquainted, a fractured witness, an evangelical mosaic, a return to Reformation theology. So that's how they've seen it, and this book lists plenty of topics that were most helpful on seeing their point of view onto the evangelical Christianity. In the appendix of this book, there's a great appendix. Part 1, how an evangelical interprets the Bible. They have the rundown. They have in here, how do Mormons interpret the Bible? So they give a comparison. How do evangelicals interpret the Bible's teachings? Just a whole list of things. And if you can pick up this book, it'll definitely deal with the issues that were brought up by Mr. Reb and by myself, and I appreciate everybody bearing with me. The comment on my site, Mr. Reb pointed out, bless his heart, was not from Mr. Reb, but somebody posing as Mr. Reb. So that was lots of fun, because even I myself was hoodwinked. So, here we have in Appendix 5, Evangelical and LDS Teachings Compared. side-by-side comparisons there, and evangelical on one side, Latter-day Saints on the other, all the way through, dealing with top theological matters. So, you can't expect everything to be in line when they do their writings and in the D&C, because it's a totally different theology using the same terminology. So, I'd like to thank all the viewers for putting up with my little fun with GlennReb, and it's really good to see him participating. Before, he used to delete all of his comments, and I will also post a link. I looked in the Joseph Smith translation. They do leave the text of Isaiah in there, dealing with the virgin birth. It was my impression that they would translate that out, but they apparently do believe that in the New Testament student manual, they say that Christ was born a half god. So it's like a Gilgamesh type deal. So that would be Isaiah 14. I will post a link to a really good article on the issues surrounding Isaiah 7:14 and their translations in both Greek and Hebrew. So, take care, YouTubers. Take care of yourself and each other. And remember, if everybody's thinking alike, then somebody definitely is not thinking.